This is Nightline.
Tonight, they called her Octomom, once one of the most vilified parents in America.
You received death threats?
Right, thousands of death threats, yes.
After having IVF and giving birth to octuplets, as a single, unemployed mother with 6 other children, Natalie Nadia Suleiman becoming the target of nationwide scorn, even from Dr. Phil.
So the doctor knows that the mother is unemployed, doesn't have her own home, has 6 kids because they're in the waiting room.
Now, with those octuplets 16 years old, she's coming forward to tell her side of the story.
My whole family wants us to share our truth, to take our narrative back.
And teasing a big reveal.
What do your kids ask about who the sperm donor is, who
Right.
their father is?
Right.
Plus, TikTok house tours.
How much do you pay for rent in New York?
I pay $2,100.
Meet Caleb Simpson.
Wow, this is nice.
The social media star asking that bold question,
Could I have a tour of your apartment?
getting the scoop on Big Apple living.
People are saying that you're the modern day version of MTV Cribs.
If you think about it, I'm just like a rude stranger asking people to divulge personal information.
From the humble shoebox apartment
How big is this? 95 square feet.
to posh digs like Scarlett Johansson's,
Hi, how much do you pay for rent in New York?
Not telling you that.
turning his brand of voyeurism into a full-time gig. And the one thing his followers want to know,
On a monthly basis, how much are you paying for rent?
Good evening, thanks for joining us. I'm Stephanie Ramos. It was the viral story in a time before stories went viral. A mother of 6 children undergoing IVF and becoming pregnant with octuplets, known as Octomom. Nadia Suleiman, who now goes by Natalie, was ridiculed, vilified, and she says threatened. Now pulling back the curtain on her side of the story. Here's Nightline co-anchor Juju Chang.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good,
It's
thank
a
you so
pleasure
much.
to meet you.
She was once considered one of the most hated people in America.
I was hated more than O.J. Simpson.
You received death threats?
Right, thousands of death threats, yes.
Nadia Suleiman, branded as Octomom back in 2009.
I'm known from the beginning why I was the target of misplaced hate. I'm not married. There's a serious bias there. Not enough money. Basically, those are the primary components as to why I was the target of global scorn, condemnation, and all that misplaced hate.
The single mother from California was vilified for giving birth to octuplets, 8 babies conceived via in vitro fertilization.
The intense interest in the octuplets has left this now very large family in turmoil.
The fact that she already had 6 young children drew the ire of many across the country. Berated on talk shows like Oprah.
You had these 8 kids when you could not afford the 6 kids to begin with.
Dr. Phil raising questions of what kind of doctor would do this.
The doctor knows that the mother is unemployed, doesn't have her own home, has 6 kids because they're in the waiting room.
Some asking, how could a woman with no job raise so many kids on her own?
How will she take care of 14 children in this 1,500 square foot house?
Nadia Suleiman is here. Her first porn is out.
Suleiman ultimately turning to pornography, promoting it on Dr. Drew's HLN show.
Octomom, Home Alone, it's available.
But now she's sharing her highly publicized story on her terms, through a new lens, and using her birth name, Natalie.
Why is now, for you, the right time to come back into the spotlight and bring your kids into the spotlight?
My whole family wants us to share our truth, to take our narrative back.
Break down some of those misconceptions. What are the things that you think the public got wrong?
There's so many.
Those misconceptions, as she calls them, starting at conception. In 2008, Suleiman went through IVF to, in her words, complete her family with a 7th child.
I think the biggest question that loomed large then, and I think perhaps even now, is that when you had 6 kids,
Right.
as a single mom,
Right.
and no job,
Right.
why go and have more?
Right. I go into details, so many details as to the ulterior motive for wanting one more. That's the number one misconception. Not just the fame. I never wanted fame, but I never wanted 8. I ended up with 8. I only wanted one more.
Suleiman executive producing an upcoming scripted movie, I Was Octomom,
Octomom had 8 babies just to be famous. These are all lies.
and producing a new 6-part docu-series, Confessions of Octomom, both airing on Lifetime.
Octomom.
The documentary introducing those octuplets, now full-on teenagers at 16.
Hello, everybody.
Hi. Your kids really do redeem you in a way.
They're teenagers now. Aside from all their fighting, they're arguing, they are some of the most grounded, humble, kind, just genuine human beings I've ever met.
Along with her 6 older children, the 2 eldest, now 22 and 23.
I joked for years, that's mom, that's dad. That's mom, that's dad. And then they're my parents, but they're not.
She's like a child in an adult body.
The brood of 14 peeling back the curtain on their home life and being fiercely protective of their big family and its matriarch.
How does it go when you see mom in disguise, even though we're not in the sun?
It's just natural. I'm just used to it.
Suleiman says she rarely leaves home without hiding her identity.
Why do you feel the need to wear a mask in public?
So number 1, it's a sun to protect my skin. Number 2 is, people. So it's a multifaceted hat. People, social anxiety hat, sun number 1, rain, germs, everything.
The docuseries also teasing a big reveal.
Why did you sit down with this?
I was the sperm donor.
What do your kids ask about who the sperm donor is, who
Right.
their father is?
Right. Well, it was an anonymous sperm donor, and I was transparent with them since they were young. So they do know, and I go into detail also in the docuseries.
Were you addicted to having babies?
I believe it wasn't an addiction per se. There were so many factors. I was hyper-focused on children. I wanted a big family, not this big, but I wanted a big family.
Suleiman, who says she suffered from endometriosis, turned to Dr. Michael Kamrava, who performed IVF for all her prior pregnancies.
He had always, from the beginning, he transferred it 5 to 6. So based upon my past reproductive history, he followed that. Whereas, yes, the recommendation is 2 embryos should be transferred.
In the docuseries, Suleiman reflecting on the shocking news.
What did I do? What did I do to my family? My kids? That was horrible. Horrible.
Suleiman also sharing she initially thought she'd be delivering 7 babies, making it an extremely high-risk pregnancy.
So after 7th, a resident went and examined the uterus, make sure everything is okay, and he felt a hand.
And I put my hands in there, and I said, there is another baby.
Suleiman's parents took care of her 6 older kids while she recovered from the birth at the hospital, when her life changed forever.
There's 6 boys and 2 girls, and currently they're stable. And according to the neonatologist, they're actually doing fine at the present time.
She was almost instantly thrust into the spotlight just days after giving birth to the only surviving octuplets in history. But she says she never wanted that fame.
I am beyond introverted. I'm shy, painfully shy. The reason I ended up in the public eye was because HIPAA was breached. I've been hiding from society since I was young.
Suleiman says she thought she'd do one interview on the Today Show and then move on.
How will you feed all these children?
I will feed them. I will do the best I possibly can.
Her story set off a media firestorm. As it unfolded, Suleiman's financiers were reaching a breaking point. She says she had to turn to the tabloid media for her livelihood through paid interviews. But even then, she still wasn't making enough.
How did you make financial ends meet?
I did what I needed to do. Shame myself, repeatedly sacrifice my integrity in order to provide for my family.
Are you referring to the adult film that you made?
Unfortunately, yes.
Because in the trailer it says something like, oh, you're offered $1 million to do this adult video.
Right. So in the beginning I was, offered that. I turned that down.
I don't want to shame all people who do adult film, but for you, you say you felt you had to shame yourself to put...
I felt there was no other option. I did not come up with this idea on my own.
When the octuplets were 5 years old, Suleiman pleaded no contest to welfare fraud for money made on videos and from public appearances while on government assistance. She was given 2 years probation. Suleiman also struggled at one point with substance use.
I did go to rehab in 2012, and I was diagnosed with severe PTSD, and that was a direct repercussion of having been thrust into the public eye.
What would you say back to those critics today? All those people, the haters, the shamers, what would you say to them?
There's this epidemic I think, of our society in particular, engaging in something called downward social comparison, especially how toxic social media is today. And they just disparage, they deprecate people they don't know just to feel better about themselves. I think it's worse today than it's ever been.
I know you say you don't regret having the 8 children, but do you regret going back to that fertility doctor?
I just can't say I regret going back to have one more. The regret I have is definitely not filing a lawsuit against him, because he ultimately lost his license. There was 3 patients, me and 2 others.
Dr. Kamrava lost his medical license in 2011 for gross negligence and repeated negligent acts when he repeatedly transferred an excessive amount of embryos into a patient, resulting in an octuplet pregnancy. Suleiman says she's now come out of the other side of the fire and says her kids are her support system.
Do you feel like your kids vindicate you in some ways?
I feel as though my kids know who I really am. All my kids know me just as mom. I'm just mom, except a couple of the older boys, Octomom. But they're just saying that jokingly.
They like
I'm
to
mom.
make fun of you.
Yeah, they love to. They know who I am, and they've never seen me as some celebrity.
And even today,
this is my granddaughter.
Suleiman's family is still growing.
You became a grandmother.
Oh, yes. She's always over. She is the ultimate light in my life, just the ultimate joy. And she's just turned 6 months. Oh my goodness, she's amazing. I am so, so happy.
Our thanks to Juju. For more on Natalie Suleiman's story, watch I Was Octomom this Saturday and the series Confessions of Octomom, streaming March 10th, both on Lifetime. When we come back, Caleb Simpson.
Excuse me, how much do you guys pay for rent in New York?
The viral TikTok star who talks his way into New Yorkers' private spaces, even Scarlett Johansson's. Welcome back. They say it's impolite to ask people about their age or their politics. If you're a New Yorker, there's a third place you don't want to go. What someone pays for their typically tiny, always expensive apartment. Meet the TikTok sensation who breaks that rule every chance he gets. Here's ABC's Ashin Singh.
How much do you pay for rent in New York?
I paid $2,100.
Around $12,000. Could I have a tour of your apartment?
Do you want to walk up 5 flights of stairs?
You may not recognize his face, but that voice
You're the mastermind of this apartment, is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
is the one behind hundreds of viral TikToks.
Very neat. The Harry Potter room. Everyone's curious here. No matter like what level of wealth somebody's at, they will walk down the street and still look up and be like, oh, I wonder what it's like in there.
It's the question the whole world is wondering about the Big Apple. How do people actually live here? From the average,
$1,550.
A $1,650.
It's really bright, which is why we picked it.
to the elite.
Do I have to tell you?
Way too much.
This is freaking incredible. This is the best lofted space I've ever seen.
Living room, workspace. Oh, I get busy in here.
People are saying that you're the modern day version of MTV Cribs. How do you react to that?
Oh man, it's pretty surreal to think about it sometimes. Because if you think about it, I'm just like a rude stranger asking people to divulge personal information. You know what I mean? How much you pay for rent?
How much do you pay for rent in New York?
Now that question, which often gets a double take,
Can I try out your bed?
has led 33-year-old Caleb Simpson to a full-fledged career.
Oh wow, this is nice.
By offering glimpses into the crazy world of New York living that so many others dream of.
I was running around with the camera, kind of trying out a bunch of ideas before this series took off of just exploring, talking to people, interviewing people.
With the hopes of going viral?
I mean, when you make internet content, you want people to see it.
The wildly popular content creator has nearly 14 million followers across all social media platforms, with 8.5 million on TikTok alone.
I almost didn't realize at first when I was making it, I had these like realizations happen while I was going viral. I was like trying to dissect why people were interested in it. One for sure, like everyone's commonplace is that we all live in a box of some size.
Sure.
So it's like, that's extremely relatable. They're nosy, curiosity. And I think at scale, no one's really just like gone into like Joe Schmo's house. Been like, what up? I think I owe most of the popularity to the series to just normal people just being like, yeah, come on in. Let's like check it out.
From the quintessentially teeny tiny New York shoeboxes.
Welcome to my apartment.
How big is this?
95 square feet.
To the posh pads of celebrities like Scarlett Johansson.
Hello.
Hi, how much do you pay for rent in New York?
Not calling you that.
And Christy Brinkley.
I have to introduce you to my chickens.
Scrambled, sunny side
This is amazing.
up, Benedict.
The series becoming so big, he's gone global.
How much do you pay for rent in Australia? How much do you guys pay for rent in London? How much do you pay for rent in Hong Kong?
Why are you in Hong Kong?
It was New York City real estate mogul and Shark Tank investor Barbara Corcoran.
You're Barbara from Shark Tank.
Yes, I am.
Who gave him a huge boost when she reached out, asking if he'd like to tour her penthouse.
This is the guest room. This is where you're gonna put me when I come back?
Yeah, why not? You can use it.
When Barbara Corcoran DM'd me like 2 or 3 months into the series, was like, come to my apartment. I was like, whoa, dude, this is crazy. Why is she DMing me? And then that kind of just like shook the landscape a little bit. And from there, I was like, okay, I think this is a thing.
Guess that TikTok song with us?
Yes.
Oh, here, Gabe.
He'd experimented with different types of content creation for almost a decade when he came up with the idea of asking New Yorkers about their apartments, just as he was about to lose his.
I just like had gotten fired from my job. I had like 4 weeks worth of cash in the account, which was like for rent. So I was like, my back was up against the wall and I was like, dang. I'm like literally walking around asking people, how much do you pay for rent? And I cannot pay for rent. Sometimes you just need a fire under your ass to figure something out.
Living close to the bone is something Caleb says he's familiar with. Growing up one of 9 kids in North Carolina, sharing a room with his 5 brothers. His family, he says, often relying on public assistance to get by.
I'm just grateful for it. And it also lives up to a lot of like core values I have in my own life. I love to give other people a platform. It's just more fun to experience stuff with other people versus putting all the attention on myself.
He doesn't consider himself an interior designer, but has seen enough apartments to notice a few things. What are trends that you're seeing a lot of?
Well, every 23-year-old has a bar cart and thinks they're the
We got the kitchen here at the big island, you know.
And it was only fitting. The guy who tours people's apartments gave me a tour of his. By New York standards, Caleb is living large. This is it, the Bellini couch. A working fireplace.
Outdoor space.
And the cuddle cushion.
So you're gonna be the big spoon or the little spoon?
I'm gonna take little spoon.
Okay, let's do it.
Can we try it out?
Yeah.
You're always asking how much people are paying for rent.
I know, I'm so nervous. Are you about to ask me?
I'm about to. On a monthly basis, how much are you paying for rent?
Okay, I'm paying $21.80 a month.
$21.80.
The whole apartment's $6,500 a month because
Okay.
I have some roommates, so we split it up accordingly.
$21.80. This is a steal in Brooklyn, right?
Totally. No, I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Definitely.
No matter how big you've gotten, you haven't elevated to one of those big apartments.
Yeah.
How come?
Man, we're all getting hosed out here in New York, man. It's expensive.
That's facts.
I think that's a mistake people make too, is that if they make a little bit more money, they just up their lifestyle. I'm like, I like this apartment. Why would I just like run away from it?
If I learned one thing from Caleb, it's knowing when it's time to go.
You saw the house, you saw the grill, you saw the tub, you saw the cuddle cushion, you saw the fire, you saw the deck, you saw the cold punch, you saw the sauna, you jumped in my bed. It's time to go. Thanks for coming over.
I appreciate you showing me around.
It was about time Caleb showed us his own place. Our thanks to Ashin. When we come back, an eagle-eye view of the cutest baby birds you've ever seen. Finally tonight, the eagles have landed. Live camera footage from a bald eagle nest in Southern California going viral, capturing footage of 2 adorable baby eagles and so-called pips in an egg, a sign of the impending arrival of a 3rd chick. The Friends of Big Bear Valley have been sharing the live stream of the nest since 2023, occupied by an eagle couple named Jackie and Shadow, the parents of these chicks, and now one of the internet's most followed families. Adorable. That's Nightline. You can watch all of our full episodes on Hulu. We'll see you right back here at the same time tomorrow. Thanks for staying up with us. Good night, America.